Hello and welcome to day 2 of the test match between West Indies and India happening in Trinidad. Another day, but you can't really say India dominated the whole day. Yes, from 288 for 4, they found a way to go to 438, which is a good score if you look at the scorecard. 438 in the first innings of any test match pretty much sets you up for the test match. But what West Indies did well was fight back with the bat. 86 for 1 at the end of day's play. The big story of the day, unsurprisingly, is Virat Kohli and 2900s. Test match cricket and Virat Kohli have been a love story for a long time. They've really got along really well over a period of time. The last 2 years haven't been his best years. Though, this test match and the previous one in West Indies, the one thing that he has shown a lot is what happens between his ears. He's fought it out. The only way that he looked like he could get out was run out, and eventually that ended up happening. But the man showed his class. What it would feel like actually to be in Virat Kohli's booth, sometimes I think about it. It's really hard to imagine. I mean, 500th international game, there's quite a bit to play for. And you're going back overnight batting 80 odd and you're thinking, oh, I really want to get that 100. How would that feel? I can tell you there's a lot of butterflies in your stomach. Literally through the night, you will see a Shannon Gabriel bowling to you. You know, the likes of Warwick bowling to you. You'll go across all those bowlers who are bowling to you and you think, okay, you'll play this shot, you'll play that shot. And you know sometimes that those shots are not possible on that pitch. The mind will take you to places which makes you believe that, oh, you can do those wonderful things. But then you've got to put all that aside, find a way to get some good sleep, wake up in the morning, go through your process again, go do your warm-ups, go do your knocking and get ready for the test. Because when it starts at 9:30 West Indies time, it is going to be a challenge. Because the bowlers are going to come and get you out, and that's where Virat Kohli took his time, did his part, and then he brought it with his trademark cover drive, a lovely one, maybe wide outside the off stump. Sometimes he's gotten out playing that, but managed to get it off the centre of his bat and notched up his 29th test run. And you do get the feeling, the more test cricket he's going to be playing, the chances of him keep scoring hundreds and keep climbing that ladder along with the Fab Four and the rest of the legends who have batted so well, you know, over a period of time, he's going to push a lot of those records. The support act, Mr. Ravindra Jadeja. We're all used to seeing him do it consistently these days. Bats really well, makes those handy contributions. He's got 3 triple hundreds in domestic cricket. Not many people have done it. But you can see why he's so good with the bat. You can see the confidence that he's got. He got his 50, batted really well, a very useful innings. A tough pitch to bat on. And Kemar Roach, let's not forget, is one of the better bowlers in world cricket against left-handers. And he bowled really good spells, but he found a way to play through it all before nicking one. The one thing that West Indies did really well was the way they batted in the second innings. They did apply themselves, took the score to 86 for 1, as you can see in the graphic, and they batted really well. They batted with a lot of maturity, with a lot of purpose, with a lot of determination. Some steely resolve is what they needed, as I said in the previous match as well. That's something that they will need to find, dig deep and find that. And you can say that Chanderpaul and Brathwaite, to a large degree, used that, made sure they didn't give anything easy to India and batted West Indies into a decent position going into day 3. Fan question of the day coming from Hari Krish Ravichandran. Hey DK, really enjoying your commentary in the Ashes. Thank you so much. Do you see Virat Kohli finishing with the most number of test hundreds in this gen, especially among the Fab Four? These Fab Four for a start are really, as the name suggests, have been brilliant over a period of time. Virat Kohli is third on the list. If you see the graphic, Steven Smith starts at 32, is the highest right now, followed by Joe Root at 30, Virat Kohli at 29 and Kane Williamson at 28. Now, 2 things come here. One, the quantity of cricket played and the number of formats that they play. And I think Virat Kohli plays all 3 formats, and that's going to take a toll on his body. Whereas comparatively, Joe Root and Steven Smith just play the 2 formats a lot more, the ODIs and the Test cricket. And they actually, both Australia and England, sometimes end up playing more Test cricket than India. So that gives them the best chance of probably ending up with a lot more hundreds. But we all know how good Virat Kohli is. So don't be surprised if he's really pushing them over a period of time. And knowing the man, the kind of discipline that he's showing across the board in various countries, he could easily end up as the highest test 100 run getter in the world, if not the Fab Four for sure. Yes, Virat Kohli got his 100, he's got his 29th 100, he got 121 today, batted brilliantly. But you have to say, Ashwin. There is something about the man, isn't it? We end up talking about him almost in every test match that he plays. He does something, more often it's with the ball, but there are many occasions that he's done so well with the bat. I remember very vividly in Bangalore when I saw him playing one of those under 17 games. He's playing for India, representing India, and in the Asia Cup, I think it was. He was just somebody who could keep bowling off spin and keep things tight in an ODI. That was a skill, can you believe it? Somebody who just kept things tight by bowling outside the off stump, not giving anything else to the right hand and keeping it really tight. And from there on, he's become arguably one of the greatest off spinners. But the key point that I'm trying to make here is he was a batter before. And you could see it when he plays. He knows how to score runs. He's got this lazy sort of elegance, finds a way to hit gaps, and is very effective. And he's probably one of the most improved batters over a period of time. And I've always been a fan of his batting because in conditions where other players sometimes find it hard even to play the bouncer or the ball that's seaming or it's turning, he'll come up and notch a brilliant 50 or 100. We saw that in Chennai against England. When others were finding it hard, he got 100 in Chennai. That tells you the caliber of the man and quite the all-rounder that he has been. And India has been blessed to have him over a period of time, not only contributing with the ball, a lot of the times contributing, very, very importantly, making those valuable knocks with the bat as well. Has there anything that West Indies have learned from the first test match? Is there anything that we need to observe looking at how West Indies have changed things up? Not so much with their bowling because probably it wasn't that effective. What was alarming was the choice of decision post the toss. They ended up bowling first, which kind of baffled a lot of us. But what they've done really well is they've batted well in the second innings, or rather their first innings. Chanderpaul and Brathwaite made sure that they really made the Indian bowlers toil for their wickets. And that's what every batsman should do. And that was really good to see because you want to see West Indies give a fight to India. When it comes to the ball, they went short of trying. Did they play the right 11? Well, Rakeem Cornwall I thought could have definitely made an impact. But if he wasn't fit, I can understand. But what they did do with the ball as well was try really hard. They bowled much better than what they did in Dominica. They were effective. They bowled to a plan. Sometimes they tried the short ball plan. Sometimes maybe to the wrong batsman. I mean, trying a short ball plan to Rohit. Come on. But having said all that, I do think they prepared way better and they executed way better than they did. So you have to say the key lesson of the day is they've learned something and they've incorporated that in this second test match so far. With the bat mainly and with the ball a lot of the times. It's very simple from India's point of view. Try and get them all out, which need not be very easy. West Indies in this test so far have put up a fight, especially with the bat. They've made sure they've not given away wickets easy. And that's exactly what West Indies should be doing. Just try and bat the day out. Just try and be somewhere around 300, 320 for the loss of 6-7 wickets. That would be an ideal situation for West Indies. Whereas for India, if they can get them all out before tea, it would give them the opportunity to probably bat a little deeper into the day and carry on into day 4 and probably progress things from there. But for the moment, India's first wish should be to get them all out as quickly as possible, which could even mean under 250 or under 275. That will give them enough lead to work with and try and put pressure on days 4 and 5 when West Indies come back to bat again. But before that, as soon as they get the 10 wickets, we need to see India come back and bat again and probably play at a pace which is slightly higher than what they did in the first innings and take the lead beyond what West Indies could think of scoring in the 4th innings.